The 12-step program of Alcoholics Anonymous has had a profound effect on my life, one that I never thought was possible. Feeling the desire to drink be lifted away, feeling my soul open up, feeling the weight of everything weighing me down be evaporated, has been the single greatest experience I've had. And living with the benefits of what the 12-step program gives is unexplainable, as they have to be experienced to be understood. It did come at a cost, though. It took a lot of fearless courage to do the steps. To embark on such a journey. At times it was uncomfortable. This discomfort came because I was stripping away the unhealthy parts of myself that had bonded to me.
Like basically tearing you down to bones, ripping your life apart, anything you thought about yourself or what it was, anything you thought you had, your family, your career, your anything, gone.
I'm talking about my ego and specifically my self-centeredness. I didn't think I was self-centered, but the thing about the steps is that the self-centeredness got revealed to me. Once it was revealed, it could be addressed. And by doing that, I woke up a power that was deep inside of me. This power had been suppressed all along by the self-centeredness, along with the guilt, shame, the fear. The 12 steps awakened me to the power that replaced these terrible things. And when I was finally living off the power that was inside of me, I was free. This is my experience with the 12-step program of Alcoholics Anonymous. Step 1 had me understanding my condition, my alcoholism, my addiction. When I drink, I have no control. I cannot stop. I will never gain control of this drinking. This will always be. The only option for me is to completely abstain from alcohol. But me, an alcoholic, will continue to go back to drinking, knowing that it will end bad for me.
Every time I drink, something awful happens, and
Why do I do that? This is the insanity of it. I go back to drinking, knowing that trouble is ahead. When I'm sober, I obsess over drinking. Why? Well, simply put, I like the effects alcohol produces. Alcohol does things to me. It works. It makes me feel good. It fires dopamine in my brain. I long for that good warm feeling it gives me.
Work 4 nights a week. In between, I drink. And there ain't nobody there to stop me.
Now, there is a power that will restore me to sanity, meaning there is a power that will replace what alcohol did for me. Meaning I'll be able to feel good, get all the dopamine I need, feel the warmth of life without alcohol. When I get this power, I will no longer obsess and the desire to drink will be gone. I can be rid of it.
The show goes on!
Step 2 had me understanding that there is a power that will do this. I already have an understanding of this power. A lot of people think the 12-step program will not work for them because they do not have an understanding of a higher power, or that they're an atheist, etc.
There is no God.
Well, that's the point. You are a great fit for the steps. They are made for you. The reason you go back to drinking is because you don't have an understanding or connection to this power. The power is so far buried within you, the point of the steps is to dig it up in you, to dig up the power and to carve out this understanding. That's why we do the steps. You just have to have faith.
Faith means believing in something you can't know for sure is real.
Step 3 had me making a decision to do what's necessary in order to get this power, in order to lose the desire to drink, in order to recover. I was done with alcohol and drugs.
I'm done. I can't do it anymore.
Question: what are you willing to do to recover?
Huh?
I had to be willing to let my structured belief systems be challenged, along with my perspective of the world, of society, of my relationships, everything I knew, everything I believed, it all had to be put on the table. I had to understand that my aim was off. I was pointing in the wrong direction in life. And this had nothing to do with alcohol. This had everything to do with me. This is why I continue to go back to alcohol, the obsession, the insanity, for relief. I was willing to have everything changed in order to lose the desire to drink. The lens I was viewing the world through was an off shade. I had to change my lens. Step 4 had me understanding that I am the maker of my problems. Not alcohol, not other people, myself.
Huh?
Through writing inventory, I revealed to myself that the resentments and grudges I had, my fears, my guilt, my shame, was all caused by my own self-centeredness, and that if I wanted to awaken the power I was seeking, I needed to clean these things up. I needed to get rid of all that baggage. This baggage is what buries the power inside.
What are you so scared of?
What am I so scared of?
Once I understood that I can no longer blame others and that I'm not actually the victim I thought I was, I could move forward, awakening the power. Step 4 helped me realize what exactly self-centeredness and selfishness truly is. Step 4 inventory videos are linked in this video's description. Step 5 had me truly connecting to the power for the first time. I shared my inventory with another person. I laid it out for them to hear. It was no longer a prisoner in my own mind.
A prison for your mind.
It was out there, and I could finally start being rid of the baggage and experiencing the power. After spilling it out, admitting my wrongs, I could feel this power starting to awaken inside.
Wow. This feels good.
Everything that had been dragging me down had felt far away. As per the big book's instructions, I then sat alone for 1 hour with this power I had been experiencing, and I thanked it, feeling immense gratitude. This is where I felt real authentic.
I thank God for that. I'm grateful for that.
The steps so far had me understanding my defects of character.
People are going to tell you you're perfect just the way you are. You're not. You are imperfect. You always will be.
Step 6 required me to become willing to let this power I had started to awake remove these defects. These defects will not magically be removed in an instant, but as long as I continue to live in connection with this power, they will dwindle.
And if you're willing to accept that, you will have grace. And grace is a gift.
Step 7 had me directly asking the awakening power within me to remove these shortcomings and defects of character, knowing that I must continue to do my part, meaning I have to continue doing the work of the steps, and I have to continue to live a life of unselfishness. Step 8 had me make a list of people I've harmed in the past. I had to right the wrongs I've made in my past. I can never live a life of true freedom if I'm still connected to the harm I've caused someone. This harm is baggage that I wasn't able to clean up in earlier steps. Not only did I have to make a list, but I had to become willing to make an amend to the people on that list, whether I wanted to or not. If I found I didn't want to make an amend to a specific person, I had to go back and do some more step 4, 5, 6, 7 work. To understand how, for whatever my reasoning was for not wanting to make an amend to a person, was simply put self-centered and selfish and based in fear. Step 9 had me making the actual amends to the people I've harmed that were on my list. The action of doing this is a cleanse. This meant making apologies. This meant paying financial debts I had owed. This meant keeping my word and following through with promises that I've made people in the past. Step 9 is about setting everything straight.
Some of them were able to hear my apology. Some of them never would. I'm sorry.
Continuing to live this way for the rest of my life. Constantly take inventory, and when wrong, admit it and make the necessary amends. Step 10 is a maintenance step that I'll be following for the rest of my life, if I want to remain connected to the power that is now awake inside of me. If I fail to maintain this connection with the power, my sickness will start to crawl back into my life, resentment will come back, fear will come back, shame, guilt, self-centeredness, and it will bury the power back into me. Step 11 had me meditating and praying regularly.
Learn to pray. It's easy, and it's so good for your soul.
At this point, my understanding of this higher power is strong and my connection is solid. However, I will regularly meditate and pray as a way to grow this connection and understanding. The promises that are described in the big book of AA are all occurring in my life at this point. Once again, I'm not going to try to explain how life feels at this point. It has to be experienced for yourself.
You have to see it for yourself.
And finally, step 12 had me understanding that this awakening was a direct result of doing the 12-step program of Alcoholics Anonymous. I now have power in my life. The desire to drink or use drugs is gone. The obsession is gone. As long as I stay connected and live my life this way, I will never go back to drinking. I will never need to. However, one more thing is required. I have to help other people achieve their own experience with this power. I have to help them have their awakening.
But for the first time in my life, I'm free.